Hello, hello. Okay, I want to go over something that I've noticed recently. So I want to address it to hopefully make your life easier. It's using a fiscal calendar. Okay, so there are a couple ways we could do this. One of the first things you should do, by the way, if you are trying to make a fiscal calendar in Domo, is there's this article. If you search for using a fiscal calendar in Domo, you could see some things that you're going to do. So one is if you email supports@domo.com, you have to just put in some of these examples in here. Provide starting dates for 3 different years according to the desired calendar. Is it, for instance, December 1st? Is that when the beginning of the year? Is it July 1st? Is it whatever you want? Two, whether your fiscal year matches the actual year or the standard dates. Is it a calendar thing or whatnot? What day of the week does your week start? All these things in here. And does your fiscal calendar calculate months by real month boundaries, first of every month, or does it calculate it on a little different time basis? So if you can get these examples and you email it again to support@domo.com and you put what your instance is, you will get something that you can toggle on a card and you can say use the fiscal calendar. Okay. But I also want to show you, in addition, another way that we want to do things because I've noticed it's made people a little bit confused. Okay, so here I have just some random dates. I have December 1st, Jan 3rd, and I just have some rando sales numbers in here. Cool. We got all these things in here. So when we have a data set like this, here is the process of how we're going to make this a fiscal calendar so that we can actually do some like show me year over year to date stuff like that. Now, one of the first things you're going to need is if you go to Domo Dimensions under connectors. So I went here, I went to connect data, connectors, and I typed in dimensions. Dimensions has a lot of tables that might be very useful to you, like zip codes and other things in here. One that we're looking for is simply called calendar. I'd like you to go get that, okay? Once you get that calendar, we have that. So we have our data set that has the different dates in it, and we have this calendar thing. Now we have to do some work in the ETL. So here I have an ETL, and let's go through what I'm doing. The first thing that I'm going to do is I have my data set that has the dates in it. I'm going to round everything to a month. I'm going to say, go make a new column called month, year, date. And I want this feature, this formula called date. I want to give me the year of the date, the month of the date, and a 1. I just want things to be rounded to the first. I don't care if it's January 31st, January 12th, January 2nd. We're going to call it January 1st. Okay, that's what I'm doing first. I'll run a preview so you can see. Okay, so next what we have is we have our calendar data set that we brought in here. And you can see if I open this up, I have DT, that's what date means. Y is the year, Q is the quarter, M is the month, day, etc. And it has all these other things in here, like the name of the month, the name of the day, is it a weekday, is it a holiday, whatever. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to say make another column called month, year, date, and construct that, put that together by putting a Y, the M, and a 1 again. Okay, I just wanted to be same exact trick that we did above. Okay, now here's where this really matters. We need to rank all of our months as the correct month in our fiscal calendar. So for instance, I want to say, let's pretend that our fiscal calendar starts on December and ends in November. Okay, awesome. So what we're going to say is we're going to say, hey, if it's the month of 12, meaning it's December, it's actually the first month in our calendar, in our fiscal calendar, right? If it's January, it's actually the second month in our calendar. February is actually third, all the way down. Okay, so this is kind of the main lesson for today. Find the calendar, find the month, and assign it what its actual ranking is in your fiscal calendar. Cool. So if your calendar starts on July, it would be here. If the month is 7, it's actually number 1 in your list. Okay. All right. Then I do this year thing, and I say, okay, great. Hey, we know if it's December. So if it's, for instance, December 2024, that's actually the start of my fiscal calendar. So it's not the year. The year is in 2024. The year is actually 2025. So I'm doing that little trick too. I'm assigning, again, base by month, what year should we show for our fiscal year. Okay. And you can see it right there. Now what we want to do something with our current month. So I'm saying, hey, what's the number for my current date? That's what this is, month, cur date. So I'm saying, give me that number, and it's saying, yep, I'm in this is as of May right now, so this is the 5th month. Awesome. Then I do the same exact logic. Hey, when case when that current month is a 12, go call it a 1. When the current month, right, is a 1, call it 2, blah, 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 all the way down. We're in a 5 right now because we're in May. So that means it's actually the 6th month of our fiscal calendar. There we go. Awesome. And I do the same thing with the year. So I'm saying, hey, when the fiscal month rank is a 12, that thing we did right above, it's actually the year plus 1 because December 2024, I want that to actually be the fiscal year of 2025. Otherwise, just give me the date as is. Okay. Okay, that's kind of the main thing. Then I just pull in what I need, remove some duplicates because I don't, this is broken down by day. I don't care about that. I'm going to do a join. I'm going to join on that month, year, date, what we had up here, right there, right, to this thing on the bottom. We got that going. And a little thing like too, I like this new order sorting feature because it just makes my life a little bit easier. So I can see, there we go. I want to sort this by the year first and then by our month rank. December is right there because that's the first month in this fiscal calendar that we're doing. And I just rearrange things to make my life easy. So let's take a look. So here we can see it. We can see, hey, we had a date of December 1st, 2023, but it's actually the fiscal year of 2024, and it's the first month in our fiscal calendar. Cool. We are currently in the year 2025. It is, even though it is May, the ranking of the month is actually the 6th month of our fiscal calendar. And I could see it going all the way down. So December is right there. If we did it correctly, boom, we see a 1 for December, even though it's the 12th month in the calendar year, it's the first month in our fiscal calendar. Cool. Hopefully that's making sense. So why do we care? Why, John Lee, why are you doing so much of this stuff? Because I want to show you a trick. These functions, year, date, month, all that other stuff, these are based on a calendar date. So it's not really going to work for you. Like if you were to say, give me the quarter, that's a great example. If you were to say, give me the quarter of the date, it's not based on your fiscal, it's based on a calendar one. So that's not really going to work for us right now. So we kind of need to do something else. Another great example is if you want to say, show me how are my sales doing year to date compared to last year to date, we kind of need to do our own fiscal thing to make it work. So that's what I did. I'm going to write a formula, pretty easy. And it says, hey, when the fiscal year equals the current fiscal year, right? The fiscal year in the data set, so 2023, 2024, 25, I don't care, equals whatever the fiscal year is as of today. Cool. And here's the main kicker, where that month rank thing is less than or equal to our current month. So we're saying, hey, if today is May, but it is the 6th month in our fiscal calendar, give me all the months in that ranking that are before that 6th one. So that would mean the first month of the fiscal calendar, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. The first month, remember, is December, not January. So if you were to just say, give me the month, rank month and month, you can't pick up the 12. It doesn't work that way because 12 is greater than 6. And then I get my sales in here. Cool. And I'm able to finally do the same thing with the prior year. And all I did was I just changed one little thing. I said -1 on the current year, same exact thing, and boom, there we go. So now we can see, yep, I am for the year to date one, I'm picking December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May. Cool. And doing the same thing here. December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May. Got it. And so I can just double check that, yep, I'm doing the math correctly. I can finally take that off. Boom. And now what I can do is I can use this in a gauge or something if I wanted to, like a multi-value thing or whatever, and I can finally compare some stuff. Cool. Anyway, that is an example of why you might want to use a month ranking feature when you're doing a fiscal calendar instead of just relying on the functions that are out of the box in SQL. Hopefully that helps, and let me know. And if you are using a fiscal calendar, I don't know how you stay sane because those things always drive me nuts. Hey, if that was helpful, I might have some other ways I might be able to help you. If you go to dashboarddudes.com, I have all these courses here where I talk about how to navigate around Domo. This is a big one, the ETLs. I go through every single ETL function, some SQL, so an intro to SQL. If you have no clue what SQL is, it's that thing I just showed you. All chart types. I have how to make a dashboard, my framework that I will show you. All these other governance things. And then once you get that base down, you could do bricks, data science. This is a fun one, distribution, App Studio workflows. I have all these things in here that you get. So you get a 14-day trial to check it out, have fun, hopefully you learn something that you can apply to your organization to make your life much, much easier. Okay. All right. Happy to help, and I will talk to you later. Bye.